David in Madison, Wisconsin writes, Paul, lately I have been seeing a lot of YouTube reviews recommending, or reviewers recommending toe in or toe out of speakers to deal with the shortcomings of those speakers that they are reviewing. Mainly, brightness. Wouldn't towing out the speaker mess with the imaging, causing an improper sound stage? I was under the impression that for us audiophiles, toe-in was only used to get a proper sound stage, not to fix a flawed implementation of a tweeter. What are your thoughts, David? Well, yeah, you're not far off, David. In fact, this is a hard one. And the reason it's hard is because what they're suggesting is effective, but it's not done in a vacuum. Okay, what's that mean? They are correct that off axis, you're going to get less tweeter going directly to your ears. As you tow a pair of speakers, and what they mean by toe in is pointing them in a triangular thing to triangulate right on your eardrums. So a bright tweeter, if you are on axis with a bright tweeter, it's going to be at its maximum brightness. As you go off axis, in many speaker designs, especially the poorer speaker designs, it's going to drop off rapidly and it'll be less bright. But that has a huge impact on imaging, as you point out. And I guess when it comes down to that kind of speaker, you really have a choice there. Do you want to listen to bright sound and good imaging, or not so great imaging and better, less bright sound? One of the things that we do with the Aspen speakers is we make sure that the on and the off axis response are even. Okay, so what's that mean? So on axis is when you're pointing them directly at your ears. The volume level coming out of the tweeter is approximately the same as if you were to toe them out. So just picture this cone of sound. And this cone, wherever, let's say 150 degrees, I think is what Chris tries to spec. So for 150 degrees, the tweeter's output to your ear is approximately the same. So if you were to toe it out, it's not going to get any less bright. Toe it in, it's not going to get more bright, because the on and the off axis response are the same. That is an unusual characteristic for a speaker. Most speakers are much louder on axis than they are off axis, and that is because they're using a dome tweeter or a horn tweeter or a different kind of tweeter than a planar tweeter or a ribbon like we use. So we don't have to worry about stuff like that, and with a pair of Aspen speakers you can simply adjust them with toe in and toe out to get perfect imaging, which is the way it should be. So I don't fault the reviewers. I mean, what are they supposed to do? Again, you have a choice of having too bright and good imaging, or decent brightness and poor imaging. I think it is not a great choice, but under the circumstances, what are you gonna do? All right. Thanks for the question. Bye.